Gotcha. I just want to say something for the record, and that's that, living in Chicago, right? It makes a big difference whether you have good or bad neighbors, right? And you're gonna have that neighbor that every once in a while they have like the DJ on the party, but it's like a once in a while, right? And they're up till 2 in the morning and they're keeping you up, and that was a rough night. But then there's also every once in a while you have a bad neighbor that it changes your whole quality of life. And I think the Chicago Park District needs to be a good neighbor, right? I understand that that these are very complex issues, and I don't think anybody wants to criminalize being unhoused. At the same time, what are we doing to criminalize criminal behavior, right? With residents bringing in, active drug use, drug dealing, prostitution in parks, right? I don't think the issue that people have who are neighbors or who are using parks is people being good neighbors in parks who are unhoused. It's all of the criminal behavior. I know one of the things for me, if we know that people, like for our parks, our field houses close at a certain time and they open at a certain time. So we know that people don't have access to restrooms from whether it's 6 to 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock until 6 the next morning, or 7 the next morning, or 8 the next morning. Well, then where are people using the restroom? They're defecating in the parks. They're defecating around neighbors. And I think we need to be better with stuff like that, right? I'm not saying that the park district shouldn't be a partner, but if we're going to take on this responsibility, we need to own the responsibility and not just be like, oh, well, DFS is going to come next month, or, we're going to do this like once a month ourselves. But to me, we need to be looking at this daily. Not even weekly to me is enough, because I've been in a situation where I've had a bad neighbor, and like to say that, that we're that neighbor, that just doesn't sit well with me, right? And I know we have a contingent from Gompers Park who comes regularly. When you have a bad neighbor like that's you have to live with that every day, right? You think about, do I want to live here anymore? And so I don't think the park district should be a reason why people are having that type of stress added to their life, and we definitely want to work with you all, right? I'm glad that we had our city partners here so that you can understand that. But no, like as Chicago residents, as people who experience the same things you do, it's very important to us that we find some type of resolution to be a partner in housing people, but then to also to be a good neighbor, right? That's what we strive for. So thank you.
Can I,